Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Courtney. If you are returning, thank you so much for stopping by again. Shout out to everybody over on the Patreon and to those who are watching with military affiliation. Thank you so much for your service. Star Trek, the original series, season 1, episodes 17, 18, and 19. We have the Squire of, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, Gothos, that's what we're going with, Arena, and tomorrow is yesterday. So let's get into these and see what we've got going on today.
All clear ahead, Captain. Sensors indicate 0 register.
Ahead, warp factor 3, Mr. Sulu. Only Beta 6 wants their supplies. We'll get across this void in a hurry.
Word conjures up pictures of doom, oases, mirages.
I fail to understand your romantic nostalgia for such a place. I'm now getting a sizable space displacement reading.
I wonder what that could be.
We must be in some sort of light warp, or we would have picked it up earlier.
Inconceivable this body has gone unnoted on all our records.
Ooh, a mystery.
We're 40 degrees to starboard, Mr. Sulu.
40 degrees.
Uh-oh.
Sulu.
Wait a second.
Emergency. Full reverse power.
I was not expecting that. My attention has truly been grabbed in this one.
For 4 hours, we have made every possible instrument sweep, but Captain Kirk and Helmsman Sulu remain unaccounted for.
No sign of human life on the surface, sir.
Or there's a cloaking system over the planet. That's the only thing I can think of.
Request permission to transport to the surface immediately and carry out search.
Extremely hot, toxic atmosphere swept by tornadic storm. Deadly to any life form such as we know it.
Well, that's not good. Y'all shouldn't go down there.
Mr. Spock, look.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and felicitations.
Oh, it was the font. I was like, what?
Identify self.
Yep.
One thing is certain, obviously, there's life on that planet.
Mr. DeSalle, you'll equip the landing party with full communications and life support gear. Dr. McCoy will accompany.
No more messages from below, sir.
Transmit coordinates to Mr. Scott.
If the atmosphere is so toxic, shouldn't they also have like maybe a hazmat suit on too? Oh, they seem okay.
Atmosphere exactly the same as ours.
Oh, so everything they read was a lie?
DeSalle to Enterprise, DeSalle to Enterprise.
Ooh, communications.
No response.
Something's blocking the beacon.
I wouldn't separate if I were y'all, but I say that all the time. Well, I mean, the title of this does talk about a squire. Okay, I guess we're not gonna knock and we're just gonna go roll into somebody else's abode.
Where are we?
That was from help me. The Man Trap. I think I got that right. Good job trying to stand still, gentlemen.
There's no reading.
Guess you guys are going to be added to the collection. Now, where'd he come from?
They make a perfectly exquisite display pair. But I suppose you want them back now.
Where are we?
Welcome to an island of peace on my stormy little planet of Gothos.
We disappeared from the bridge after Sulu.
But when I saw you passing by, I simply could not resist.
How could you see him?
General Trelane, retired. My home is your home.
We've lost contact with the ship, Captain. We're trapped here.
I didn't think you capable of such voyages. I've been looking in on the doings on your lively little Earth.
Really?
And you've been looking in on the doings 900 years past.
If I made an error in time, I did so want to make you feel at home.
General Trelane,
Just Squire Trelane now.
have you imprisoned us here?
You're my guests. You came by at the most propitious moment.
I must ask you to let us go back to our ship.
I want to learn all about your feelings on war.
Okay, Dr. McCoy, what you got?
Put it on stun, not to kill the sound.
My ancestry is French, yes.
You know, I admire your Napoleon very much. Welcome, good physicianer. Honorable, sir.
Is he kidding?
No.
Officer Jäger. 1, 2, 3, 4, gehen wir mit. What an interesting weapon you've got.
Now, you know darn well there was a mirror right there. Don't let the enemy take a weapon.
This won't kill, and this will.
No, don't. Child, I thought he had that pointed at one of them.
Why, this could kill millions.
Are we your next targets?
You don't understand something, so you become fearful.
He reminds me of the aliens from The Cage, or for a lot of folks, the Menagerie.
This drawing room, did you create it by rearranging matter on this planet?
Quite.
Let's go. We're getting out.
Tut, tut, tut. You need another demonstration of my authority.
What's that going to entail? Ah, there he goes.
Now that's a sample of the atmosphere of this planet.
Oh, that's why it didn't affect them before.
Locate any life forms in that stable area. We'll attempt to transport up any living beings our sensors detect.
An array of your battle flags and pennants, marching off to their deaths. Doesn't it make your blood run swiftly?
Not mine.
I monitored him. What I found was unbelievable.
Okay, start talking.
Doesn't even show that he exists at all, alive or dead.
Notice the wood fire, Captain? It doesn't give off any heat at all.
Whatever we're dealing with, he certainly isn't all knowledgeable.
That's true.
I have nothing but admiration for your whole species. Oh, I can't let you go now.
Then when?
You must stay.
For how long?
Until this is over, of course.
Until what is it?
Tomorrow may never come at all.
Is that a threat?
There are 400 men and women aboard that ship.
Women, members of the fairest sex among your crew, and they must be all very beautiful. Here, let me fetch them down at once. Can do anything I want.
Captain, receiving a transporter signal.
The party's over, thanks to Mr. Spock.
I haven't dismissed you yet.
Well, they're leaving.
We merely beamed up all life forms in a given area.
I'm quaking, but I don't know whether it's with laughter or terror.
What was down there?
Well, it was a...
We don't really know.
We're all your weapons, Captain.
Now, how in the what?
This Mr. Spock you mentioned. Which is he?
I'm Spock.
Isn't quite human, is he?
My father is from the planet Vulcan.
I say, don't you mess with Spock.
You will see to his punishment.
I commend his action.
But I don't like him.
But we don't care. We don't know you.
The decor of my drawing room is much more appropriate. You. So, let's forget your bad manners. We have victuals to delight the palate. Come, Doctor. Do partake.
Play the game and figure out his weakness.
Lieutenant Uhura of Communications.
I've been waiting to see her get off the Enterprise. She looking like,
She has the melting eyes of the Queen of Sheba, the same lovely coloring. And is this the face that launched 1,000 ships? Fair Helen, make me immortal with a kiss.
No. No.
I believe you have met our science officer, Mr. Spock.
Is that what you're doing, challenging me?
I object to intellect without discipline. I object to power without constructive purpose.
You're ill-mannered. The human half of you, no doubt. Ah, come, my little wood nymph.
Wood nymph?
Oh, I don't know how to play this.
Of course you do.
Wow. He really can control everything.
How far did we go along with this charade?
Until we can think our way out.
You should taste his food. Water 100 times better than his brandy. Nothing has any taste at all.
But it is very logical.
There's that magic word again.
Our favorite word of the whole series.
Trelane knows all of the Earth forms, but none of the substance.
Yeah, like the fire.
He can't be all-powerful, which means he has something helping him.
That dress hardly matches this charming scene.
Yeah, he loves this time period.
That mirror never wanders.
Then it must be the mirror then.
A machine with the ability to turn energy into matter.
I think I can turn his lights off at the source.
Well, let's see it then.
His actions are those of an immature, unbalanced mind. I want you to leave my crewmen alone. I want you to leave my crew women alone, too. I want you accepting his gifts either.
You fight for the attention, the admiration, the possession of women.
He didn't even budge.
I shall not shirk an affair of honor.
So this is all going the way he wants it to go.
Are you ready?
Quite ready, sir. Oh, wait. As the one challenged, I claim the first shot.
We shoot together.
Yeah, you shoot together, right?
But if you need to be persuaded...
You've lost your mind. Let's say I don't like this. Wait, what? Smart.
You've ruined everything.
Captain, subspace interference is clearing.
It's over. Your power is blanked out. You're finished.
You're all dead men. You especially, Captain.
What are you about to do?
Commence beaming up. Maximum speed.
Trelane is on the Enterprise somewhere, hiding. At least I think that's what's gonna happen.
Still no sign of pursuit.
Probably because he's on the Enterprise.
May I take a moment to change?
Turn in your glass slippers. The ball is over.
Gladly, Captain.
Large body ahead.
What? And here I am thinking I knew what was about to happen. I love a good surprise.
The planet Gothos, Captain.
Yeah.
no instrument show on course.
Gothos again, Captain.
This guy ruthless.
There it is again, dead ahead. 90 degrees to starboard, Mr. Sulu. Prepare transporter room.
Captain, not beaming down.
Yes, I am. Mr. Spock, if you don't receive a message from me within the hour, leave the vicinity at once. No turning back.
The prisoner may approach the bench.
Oh, he having too much fun with this. But how is he able to do all this if Kirk destroyed his mirror?
You stand accused of the high crime of treason and the attempt to foment insurrection.
I haven't come to plead in your court, Trelane. I've come for one purpose, to get back my ship. Just allow the Enterprise to continue its journey.
Yes, they got a job to do.
We're living beings, not playthings for your amusement.
You are guilty. On all counts, you are guilty.
Yeah, he needs to sit down and breathe.
I actually experienced genuine rage. Do you have a last request? You still haven't learned. You have no choice.
Oh, there's always a choice, my darling.
Oh, this is becoming quite tiresome. It's also very easy.
That's your problem, Trelane. Everything is easy. You don't think. You miss opportunity because you're a bumbling, inept fool. But where's the sport in a simple hanging? The sport, the suspense, the fun.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Go ahead, Captain. What do you suggest?
He's getting in his head.
The stakes, a human life, mine. There's still not enough sport in just killing me with a sword.
A royal hunt. Now, you may go hide in the forest anywhere you like, and I shall see.
Free my ship. In return, I'll give you a contest you'll remember.
If it will add spice to the pursuit, I accept your terms, Captain.
All right, then.
Get the ship away as fast as you can. I'll try and give you the time you need.
Wait a second. That's not... He's playing dirty.
You must try harder, Captain. This is too easy.
Is this going to give Captain Kirk the chance to kind of search around for his other source of... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like with the mirror.
And now let's have at it again.
He is just having so much fun doing this. What the heck is that? Oh, come on now.
Remember, Trelane, you promised to let my ship go.
I must fetch all the others back to play.
You haven't won, Trelane.
I have. I could run you through. On your knees, Captain.
No!
You broke it.
You've got a lot to learn about winning, Trelane.
I'll fix you for that. You cheated.
Trelane.
Ooh, who is this?
No. You said I could have this planet for my very own.
This has gone far enough.
I wasn't expecting this.
You're disobedient and cruel.
But I don't want to come in, and I won't.
He's having a whole temper tantrum. Temper tantrum.
I didn't do anything wrong. I was just playing.
If you cannot take proper care of your pets, you cannot have them at all.
They're beings, Trelane.
You'll grow up, Trelane. You'll understand.
This kind of has a little bit of like a Charlie X kind of vibe to it. When they had to come and snatch him up.
I was winning. I would have won. I would have. I would have. I would. I would.
You must forgive our child.
We would not have let him intercept you had we realized your vulnerability.
Forgive us, Captain. Please accept our apologies.
Okay, at least they were civil about it.
Beam me up, Mr. Spock. We're free to go. Mr. Spock, still thinking about Trelane, is that it?
He must be classified, sir.
God of War, Mr. Spock. Then a small boy, and a very naughty one at that.
Mischievous pride.
He's probably like, I didn't do that.
Dipping little girls' curls in inkwell. Tying cans on...
He's like, huh?
Forgive me. I should have known better.
I shall be delighted, Captain.
He's just thinking about all that like, wow. Well, that was the Squire of Gothos, and I must say, that was a very interesting episode. Interesting in the sense that I didn't really know where this was going. You could tell that Trelane had a lot of immaturity. You could tell that he just was kind of stuck in this fantasy world that he created, and it's a good thing they noticed that everything wasn't as it appeared. Like the fire wasn't hot, the food wasn't good, the brandy was bland. Like, didn't even taste like brandy. I think it was brandy. It was some type of alcohol. Yeah, and then during the duel, I love that Captain Kirk thought to, shoot the mirror. And then the two beings from above, they were just kind of like, we're so sorry. And then Trelane had his, like, temper tantrum meltdown. It's like, you can't do this. again, reminded me of Charlie X with, you know, Charlie like being like, no, I want to stay. Like, I don't want to go back. I want to do things the way I want to do them. And it's like, you can't have it that way, baby. You can't. And then I really like the little touch of, now again, the people watching me right now who are huge Star Trek fans, you guys would know this better than me. The way things were presented to all of you, like when you first watched Star Trek, I'm not sure in what order when the man trap came out in terms of before this episode or after this episode, but seeing the creature, you know, that was actually pretty cool to see at the beginning of this episode. So I enjoyed that, and I found it very like funny the way he had, you know, the way he was dancing with Yeoman, and you know, Lieutenant was playing the harpsichord. She's like, I don't know how to play, and he just was like, oh, no problem, I got you. And she was just all like, you know, moving with the music. That was funny to me. But again, it was really nice seeing her get off the Enterprise, because I'm just like, when does she ever go down for an adventure? When does she ever get to really do more than just, you know, her duties on the Enterprise? So that was really cool. So yeah, we're going to get into the next episode, which is titled Arena, and I hope you guys enjoy the reaction.
Travers, Jim. We're waiting.
Good, Commodore. We're on our way.
I've got an interesting problem for them.
Oh, there's a problem.
I wonder why he's so insistent that our tactical aides come down.
He probably wants additional advice.
Doctor, you are a sensualist.
You bet your pointed ears I am.
Not the pointed ears. Oh my gosh, what is it?
Cestus 3 has been destroyed.
Those messages we got, Captain.
Faked. All this happened several days ago.
So who sent the messages?
Impulses that direction. Very weak, possibly a survivor.
Oh wow, there is someone.
Keep them alive, Bones. I want to know what's been happening here.
Living creatures, but not human.
Captain, I see something!
Oh wow.
Cover!
Captain, we're coming under attack. Unidentified ship quartering in.
Keep those screens up. Fire all faces.
Hopelessly outnumbered here, Captain.
We'll have to make do with what we've got.
Well, at least they got the survivor.
Sulu's an experienced combat officer, Captain.
My ship, Mr. Spock. I should be there.
Have faith.
We returned fire with all phaser banks.
Arm your photon torpedoes.
We can't get visual contact. She's too far away.
Do anything you think necessary to protect the ship.
Clear, Captain, but you...
Never mind about me. Protect my ship.
I'm warping out of orbit.
Do what you gotta do, I guess, yeah.
He'll be dead in half an hour if we don't get him some decent care.
Now, what everyone constantly reminds me is that, don't forget, this all came out in the 60s. What in the world? I was like, what the heck did he just throw? So like with war and everything going on, I see what they're doing with the show.
Where do you think they are?
I go to the high ground on the right.
Wow. Did that do it?
Aliens withdrawing.
Lock onto the alien, Mr. Sulu. I don't want to lose her.
Aye, aye, sir.
I want a search party of 30 medical personnel beamed down immediately to search for survivors.
Scanners reported a ship approaching. They knocked out our phaser batteries with their first salvo. We didn't have anything anyone would want.
Just came out of nowhere.
We called up, tried to surrender. They wouldn't listen.
The Enterprise received 2 messages.
They hit us a full day before you got there, Captain. No messages came from us, Captain.
Well, were they testing out a new weapon?
There has to be a reason.
It was a trap. The Enterprise is the only protection in this section of the Federation. Destroy the Enterprise, and everything is wide open.
You must make certain that the alien vessel never reaches its home base.
Is the alien still making Warp 5?
Affirmative, sir.
Initiate Warp 6.
Is this gonna be a shootout in space like the Balance of Terror episode?
No records of any explorations.
Anything on intelligent life forms?
Nothing specific, Captain.
They must be aware we're after them, sir. They've gone to Warp 6 also.
Warp factor 7.
He's determined.
A sustained warp 7 speed will be dangerous, Captain.
I mean to catch them.
We'll either catch them or we'll blow up, Captain.
Well, hopefully everything goes smoothly.
You mean to destroy the alien ship, Captain? The destruction of the alien vessel will not help that colony, Jim.
If the aliens go unpunished, they'll be back.
I understand both sides.
Alien ship maintaining interval, Captain. Now at Warp 7.
If they go to Warp 8, are y'all able to do that?
Warp factor 8.
I was kidding. I didn't think there was a Warp Factor 8. I'm scared to ask if there's a warp factor 9.
Closing on target, sir. Uncharted solar system at 2466 p.m. He's headed away from it.
Captain, sensors report we're being scanned. It's from that solar system ahead.
Interesting.
It would appear as someone is curious about us.
It's slowing down. Warp 5, 4, 2.
Are y'all about to run into him?
It stopped, dead in space.
Do they run out of fuel?
Go to red alert. Prepare to fire phaser banks.
Okay, shouldn't they try to communicate first? Or get visual on them first? I mean, they did that in Balance of Terror. I know this is a completely different episode.
Warp 5, 4, warp 3.
Maybe it's the area that y'all are... It's the area y'all are traveling in that did it.
Same as the alien, Captain.
Yep, same thing that happened to them.
Dead, Captain. Locked up. Frozen tight.
We're all inoperative here, Captain.
And what is it?
Probably this new solar system. Whoever was scanning y'all.
Apparently from that solar system.
Yep.
We are being held. An unidentifiable power.
Ooh, someone coming on board? Or gonna make their presence known.
We are the Metrons, who are one of two crafts which have come into our space on a mission of violence. Captain James Kirk. We have prepared a planet with a suitable atmosphere. You will be taken there, as will the captain of the Gorn ship.
Okay.
There you will settle your dispute.
I was just about to say.
You will each be totally alone.
Makes you think you can interfere.
It is you who are interfering. Sufficient elements for either of you to construct weapons. The winner of the contest will be permitted to go his way unharmed.
Wow.
Shall be destroyed in the interests of peace.
Oh, that took a turn. I was just about to say, watch them be like mediators. Okay, hold on now. It's not like we haven't had people disappear before. Wait a minute. Okay, relax. We're gonna be okay. I was gonna say, watch these people be mediators between the two so that we can all go in peace, but nope. This is very different from what I thought was gonna happen. Like, I was paying attention to the terms and conditions, but he's literally moving so slow. Captain Kirk, come on. I'm about to say, I would have poked it in the eyeball. I don't think that did much. Probably made it more angry. Of course, it's gonna be able to pick up the real big one. Kirk, I know you see what's happening. Why are you just standing there? Duck, run, something.
Feed the impulse engines directly.
Y'all got nothing.
I tried that, sir. Nothing.
I'm engaged in personal combat with a creature apparently called a Gorn. He has withstood attacks from me that would have killed a human being.
Let me see. Attacks that would have killed a human. You punched him, tried to kick him, and threw a rock.
There's very little here. Scrub brush, rock, an abundance of mineral deposits. Barehanded against the Gorn.
It's not gonna work.
Now, you're the one that's always talking about logic. What about some logic now?
All their systems are down.
There's absolutely nothing we can do to help you.
Like, literally, what are the alternatives? I can't think of any. Oh, is he building a trap or building something to... Yeah, buddy. Isn't that...
A large deposit of diamonds on the surface, but too small to be useful as a weapon.
Well, let's get creative.
The Metrons said there would be weapons.
Maybe they're not weapons in the way you're thinking, like modern weapons. Like, you gotta be creative or innovative, like the Gorn is doing right now. Here we go. Gotta say, will his sharp alien hearing hear what you... No, he's not gonna hear anything. Don't miss. The way that was shot, it looked like it missed him. Okay, where the people at? Not the people, but, you know, the folks from the solar system. Are they not satisfied? Oh, did it just knock him out? Ooh, that didn't do it. If I were you, I'd get going. Crap, his little trap. And he made a weapon. Now, you gotta be quicker than that. The speed at which this thing moves is actually quite comical.
The USS Enterprise calling the Metron. We urgently desire a conference. Please answer.
What's that substance? Could that be useful?
Unless I find the weapon the Metron mentioned.
You're sitting on it.
Native sulfur, diamonds. This place is a mineralogist's dream. There is something about sulfur.
Oh, they answered.
Your captain is losing his battle. We would suggest you make whatever memorial arrangements.
Dang.
It is possible you may have feelings toward your captain. We will allow you to see and hear what is now transpiring.
Notice the substance encrusting that rock. It's potassium nitrate.
We got a plan? Is that the alien?
weary of the chase, I shall be merciful and quick.
You butchered helpless human beings.
Destroyed invaders.
Well, at least we finally got a reasoning as to why they did what they did.
Was Cestus 3 an intrusion on their space?
It may well be possible, Doctor.
So shouldn't y'all explore more before you establish outposts?
Gorn simply might have been trying to protect themselves. Fascinating.
Good. He knows, Doctor.
Oh yeah, he figured it out? Despite Captain Kirk looking like he's struggling, he really does look like he's figured something out.
First potassium nitrate, and now if he can find some sulfur and a charcoal deposit.
Ah.
Diamonds, the hardest known substance. Gunpowder.
And there goes our sulfur. Measurements don't matter. We're just trying to get this done and get this going. So is he gonna have time? Okay, there is the measurement process. I say now I just need to be able to light it. Oh, to have some flint right now. Oh, they probably have that here too. We just didn't have enough time to find it. I say, is he gonna do it?
No, I won't kill you. Maybe you thought you were protecting yourself. No, I won't kill him.
Was this all some sort of test?
I am approximately 1,500 of your Earth years old.
Wow.
By sparing your helpless enemy, who surely would have destroyed you, you demonstrated the advanced trait of mercy. We feel that there may be hope for your kind. You will not be destroyed. I sent him back to his ship. If you like, I shall destroy him for you.
That won't be necessary.
That won't be necessary.
There is hope for you. You are still half savage. We will contact you when we are ready.
And there he is.
Let's get out of here.
Uh-oh, what? Nothing's working still?
There's Sirius over there when it should be here. All of a sudden, we're clear across the galaxy.
You saw what happened down there?
Most of it.
We're a most promising species, Mr. Spock. Maybe in 1,000 years or so, we'll be able to prove it. Take us back to where we're supposed to be, Mr. Sulu. Warp factor 1.
Yep, no, warp factor 8. Oh my goodness. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This episode, I was getting Balance of Terror vibes where this alien ship went and attacked an outpost and they had to go after him, and then these other life forms in this new solar system, they decided no, we're not having any of this. We've stopped you, we can feel the aggressive violent tendencies, and instead of having an all-out unnecessary war, Captain 1 and Captain 2, we're going to bring y'all little tails down here and y'all figure this out. Fight to the death, do whatever. Captain Kirk, it's like what was said. The Gorn would have killed him. Let's just keep it real. The Gorn was going to kill him. But Captain Kirk said, you know what? No, we're not going to do this. We're not going to continue down this path. And I really like how they kept saying, oh, that was very civilized of you. We didn't know you were capable of this, basically. Hey guys, wanted to pop back on real quick. I had another thought, and it was having to do with the aliens, I'm going to call them aliens, not realizing that humans were civilized. I've noticed that seems to be like a reoccurring theme with Star Trek, that these alien life forms seem to think that they know how humans are, but I like how it touches on humans. We're very complex, and you may think you know what we're going to do in a situation, but you don't always know. And I do like that Star Trek, touches on that. I really thought that this was I actually thought this was a fun episode. And again, what I was saying earlier is that you guys have mentioned throughout my reactions to remember that Star Trek came out in the 60s, and during that time, we were going through so much. And a lot of you guys lived through the 60s. So you guys, when you live through history, you're able to really talk about, what it was like and, all that stuff. Whereas with me being born in the 90s, it's like, yeah, we learned about it, in school, but once you learn something, you got to move on to the next lesson. So I do appreciate y'all giving me, grace with watching this show. I really do greatly appreciate that. I kept thinking to myself, did they do another like Balance of Terror type of a thing? But no, these folks came in and said, pump your brakes. Let me tell you what we're not going to do. any of that. We're going to fix this right here and now, and y'all are going to have to just duke it out. I thought that was a really nice touch, actually. We're going to move on into tomorrow is yesterday. Well, let's see what that has in store for us. Ooh, this footage.
A blip, sir. Just came on the screen. Aircraft of some sort. Doesn't even read like anything I've ever seen. Directly over the Omaha installation, sir. Holding there.
I think we have a real UFO in our hands.
Any folks watching who either serve in the Air Force or you're currently in the Air Force? Oh, wow. That's funny. So I'm guessing they're not on Earth? I mean, but why wouldn't they? Yeah, they would have to be on Earth. It's the Air Force. Are they returning to Earth and no one knew?
A black star of high gravitational attraction began to drag us toward it.
Are you all right, Lieutenant?
Damage control parties on all decks. Check in.
Lieutenant Hura. Contact Starfleet Control.
Casualty reports indicate only minor injuries.
Good.
Scott overrode the automatic helm setting and is holding us in orbit on impulse power.
Orbit where, Mr. Spock?
Earth, Captain.
Normal Starfleet channel has nothing on it but static. I'm getting something on another frequency, but it's not Starfleet.
It's the Air Force.
First man moonshot is scheduled for Wednesday, 6 a.m. All 3 astronauts who are to make this historic.
Man, moonshot. That was in the late 1960s.
1969, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Whiplash propelled us into a time warp, Captain.
Ah, that's what's happened.
Scanners report some type of craft approaching from below us.
I have him on my screen. The UFO is picking up speed and climbing.
No wonder they would think the Enterprise was a UFO.
Whatever this thing is, it's big.
We have 2 flights scrambled and on the way.
The UFO is climbing away fast.
Scotty, activate tractor beam. Lock onto that aircraft and hold it out there.
This type of aircraft might be too fragile to take our tractor beam.
Yeah.
Aircraft is breaking up, Captain.
Beam him up?
Can you lock onto the cockpit of that aircraft? Try and beam that pilot aboard.
Oh, this is about to be... this is about to get real interesting.
Welcome aboard the Enterprise.
He's looking like, what just happened?
Captain John Christopher, United States Air Force. What's going on here? Where am I?
Let me apologize for bringing you aboard the ship so abruptly. Relax, you're our guest. I have a feeling you'll find it interesting.
The aircraft has completely broken up, Captain.
We have the pilot aboard. I'll be right up.
What, you gonna stay in the transporter room? Follow him.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
A woman?
Crewman.
Must have taken quite a lot to build a ship like this.
There are only 12 like it in the fleet. Our authority is the United Earth Space Probe Agency.
United Earth?
We're from your future. A time warp placed us here.
I can't deny the fact that you are here.
Yeah, can't deny it.
I never have believed in little green men.
Neither have I.
Christopher, this is my first officer, Lieutenant Commander Spock.
He's probably looking at the ears like, what?
Mr. Scott wishes to speak to you about the engines.
Very well, Mr. Spock.
We cannot return him to Earth, Captain. He already knows too much about us and is learning more. Suppose an unscrupulous man were to gain certain knowledge, manipulate key industries, stocks, and even nations.
This is true. Look up the winning lottery tickets. The numbers.
And all that we know.
Why don't you have the quartermaster issue him something more suitable? And then I'll want to meet you and him in my quarters. Captain's log supplemental. Can be made operational and re-energized.
Computed and recorded, dear.
He's looking like, what?
Computed, dear.
What's going on with the computer? She a little flirtatious today.
I ordered this computer and its interlinking systems repaired.
To correct the fault, we'll require an overhaul of the entire computer system. A minimum of 3 weeks at a star base.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind so much if only it didn't get so...
Unprofessional? Okay, affectionate.
I take it that a lady computer is not routine.
Signet 14 is a planet dominated by women.
I'd love to stay around to see how your girlfriend works out, but...
I'm afraid you'll have to.
Yeah, you can't go back.
We can't send you back.
Can't?
No.
It's not the transporter, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the future looks like.
Well, then my disappearance would change something, too.
They show no record of any relevant contribution by John Christopher.
Oh, we're good then.
It's my duty to report what I've seen. I have a wife, 2 children. What about them?
I'm sorry.
Well, for them, you died in that accident with your plane breaking apart.
We should be able to re-energize in about 4 hours, but we've no place to go in this time.
Oh, yeah, because they're stuck in the 60s.
Maybe I can't go home, but neither can you. You're as much a prisoner in time as I am.
Nicely said.
Recommendation for his disposition, dear.
Maintenance note. Recommended either be corrected or scrapped. Compute.
Computed.
Oh, you made her sad.
Captain Christopher.
He needs a sitter.
Captain Christopher is not in his assigned quarters. He may be trying to escape the ship.
Can you imagine if he tries to beam himself down on his own? He'll be missing a limb. You don't even know what that is and how to use it.
Now, I'm gonna step into that thing and you're gonna transport me back to Earth.
Oh, that was short-lived.
He'll be coming out of it in a minute or two.
He tried to escape, and now he feels. But I can't send him back with what he knows.
Well, what do we do? Sit up here and wait for our supplies to run out? There are 430 of us.
But in our society, he'd be useless.
Maybe he could be retrained.
I was just about to say that.
Now you're sounding like Spock.
If you're gonna get nasty, I'm gonna leave.
You said you had some additional information, Mr. Spock?
I find that we must return Captain Christopher to Earth, after all.
You said I made no relative contribution.
Your son, Colonel Sean Jeffrey Christopher, will head the first successful Earth-Saturn probe.
Wait a minute, I don't have a son.
Yet.
You mean yet? Unless we return Captain Christopher to Earth, there will be no Colonel Sean Jeffrey Christopher.
He's always wanted a son. I think with that knowledge, he may keep his mouth shut now.
We tracked his plane wreckage down after our tractor beam crushed it. And Captain Christopher himself complicated the matter.
When I made visual contact, I turned on my wing cameras, and I got close enough to take some pretty clear pictures of you.
Oh.
These things were being dismissed as weather balloons.
Our tractor beam caught and crushed an Air Force plane.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Any ideas on how to get us back to our own time?
First application of what happened to us. Also, logically, there are 100 variables.
We're going to have to go back and get those reports and photos.
You'll simply be one of the thousands who thought he saw a UFO.
I was stationed there a year ago. I'd like to...
No, Captain. If anything should go wrong, you might get hurt. We couldn't risk that. Neither could you or your son.
I could sketch a layout of the place for you.
Look at us all working together. Now, how are we going to get you guys back to your time? We still haven't quite figured that out yet. They're like, it's like a museum from the past.
Primitive computer.
We shouldn't be coming up. Prowling by stealth is more time-consuming than a direct approach. Shouldn't you be working on your time warp calculations, Mr. Spock? I am.
He can multitask.
Get your hands up. Hand me those belts. And the bag.
I didn't hear anything.
Emergency signal. Stay right where you are.
Beam up immediately.
Oh, crud. Darn, I knew it. Ah, great. Now another one knows everything. Or is about to find out more than he should know.
We have another problem.
Yeah. This just keeps getting better and better.
Your surprise package is an air police sergeant from the base. I want you to keep him in the transporter room.
I don't believe there'll be any trouble in that respect, Captain.
He seems frozen in fear. Y'all gotta go in another room? Couldn't they just beam y'all up from there? If y'all run into someone else, I'm gonna be too through. So they need to get even more stuff to take with them. Oh, of the pictures.
Signal Mr. Spock that we're almost ready to beam up.
Here we go. When in doubt, fling your body at people. Well, looks like they got him. They beamed him up.
All right, where's the other one?
Just me.
Your decision to beam up was quite correct, Mr. Sulu.
We've completed re-energizing the warp engine, sir.
We'll need all power to test our theory. First officer, Captain Christopher to the briefing room.
You got all the way inside here without tripping any alarm.
You wouldn't believe me.
Nope.
I popped in out of thin air.
He's technically telling the truth.
Colonel, would you mind being careful with that?
Well, that worries you a little bit, huh? I don't like mysteries. We know how to find out things we want to know. Is that a uniform of some kind?
This little thing, something I slipped on. I'm a little green man from Alpha Centauri.
I am going to lock you up.
That ought to be just about right.
He's probably being held in security section.
Can you give us the coordinates to beam down a landing party near those interrogation rooms?
You're not going to get them unless you take me with you.
He is y'all's best bet.
You don't trust me, Spock.
I do, but only to a certain point.
They do that all the time?
Are you hungry?
Uh-huh.
Maybe some chicken soup.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Of course it is. Well, what food would you guys have requested?
Hold it.
Okay, nice job.
Did you have a chance to check out those tapes?
Uh-oh.
Mr. Sulu, signal the transporter chief. 4 to beam up.
Not me.
Don't be a fool.
My family. A son that isn't born yet. Spock!
You'll go home, Christopher, but you'll do it our way.
I suspect that he might not wish to return with us. The only possible solution is a slingshot effect, that if we fly toward the sun, then pull away at full power, the whiplash will propel us into another time warp.
But is it going to be the right time?
We'll actually go back beyond yesterday, and we'll transport you back at a point before any of this happened.
We may not have much control when we're thrown forward again. If I can't stop us soon enough, we may overshoot our time. Any way we do it, it means a mighty rough ride.
Never thought I'd make it into space.
You made it here ahead of all of them.
Notice the chronometers. They've started backward.
Get your gear, report to the transporter room. You only have about 15 years, so you better hurry. Now, Mr. Sulu.
Oh, wow. They said it was going to be a rough ride. Hang on, girl. Hang on.
Chronometers moving forward again, Captain.
We're coming up on Earth fast. Captain, are you ready?
Thanks for the look ahead.
Our pleasure, Captain. Bridge out.
I was going to say, how did he know what button to push?
2.
Energize.
It worked.
I could have sworn there was some kind of ship. Mark it down as another UFO.
Approaching second beaming, Captain.
I forgot about the other guy.
Approaching our century, Captain.
Begin full braking power.
They may blow apart if I reverse.
No choice, Mr. Scott.
Engines are on full reverse. They're buckling.
Starfleet Control calling Enterprise.
They've been trying to reach them for a hot minute.
Starfleet Control. This is the Enterprise. Captain Kirk speaking.
Record ship arrival, dear.
The Enterprise is home.
Good. That was fun. That was a fun episode. Love that they had Captain Christopher on there. He was like just serving in the military, minding his business, doing what needed to be done, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a UFO. Then they beam him up to the Enterprise. Chow, chow, chow. I was like, how in the world? There was so much happening that I completely forgot that the Enterprise had to get back to their time. Like, I'm so concerned about the people that are seeing what the future is going to be and them exposing everything. So this was actually fun. It was really cool seeing Captain Kirk and Sulu go on that mission and do what needed to be done. It was nice that they were able to time it just right to get Captain Christopher and to get the other gentleman, like at the exact moment. I was just kind of like, oh wow, I thought they'd be like in the general vicinity or something, but nope. It was like the moment this all was happening is the moment they got back to where they were, and their memories were obviously wiped because it hadn't happened yet. So it was just like, okay, I really, really like those touches in the episode. Let me tell you something. The Enterprise goes through a lot. Scotty's on top of his stuff. When I first started watching Star Trek, I just was like, okay, I see the characters, I see what everybody's role is, and look, I'm telling you, between Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy, oh my gosh, Scotty, like, oof, goodness, and Sulu at the helm. I mean, they have a very nice, well-oiled machine going on here, like a great group of people that are, on top of their stuff and doing what needs to be done. So that was really, really cool to, see all of them like come together, throughout all these episodes. So I'm really enjoying Star Trek. It has its moments where it's like silly, but it also has its moments, obviously it gets you to think. And going back into the episode, I understood the dilemma of you know, not wanting this guy to go back. But then again, I'm just kind of like, if he hadn't had his son, then I'm guessing, I don't know if, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the option would have been then, to, like, keep him. But then again, once they figured out that, oh, we can put him right where, like, at that moment, I'm sure they probably still would have let him go. It's just, you know, but good on Mr. Spock for looking into his children and if they had any big contributions to society, because my brain wasn't going to that at all. It was like, okay, well, if he didn't do anything, then we're good to go. But that was a really nice touch that they brought up. But what about the person's kids? Because I know we've seen a lot of shows and movies where people go back in time and it's like, don't mess with time. Did you guys ever watch the show called Timeless? I actually really enjoyed that show. If you don't know what that's about, basically each episode they go back to a particular time period that has a very significant event that happened in history, and it's like, okay, we can't mess anything up, but something usually gets messed up. But that doesn't really give you guys like a major spoiler or anything. That's literally like the theme of the show. You're just thinking about the event as it occurs, and you know, something goes left. So that's what it made me think of. You know, like, wow, I never thought about his children and what they accomplished in life. So I really like that as well. Overall, these were good episodes, guys. I ain't mad at them. I am not mad at them at all. So I hope you guys are having a great day, evening, afternoon. Hope to see you guys in the next reaction video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you guys know whenever I upload. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.